Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to Skint Living UK. Welcome to Frugal Friday, which is a regular video I do every Friday talking about viewers' tips and tricks and some of my own. So if you're new here, you're more than welcome, and if you're a regular, thanks so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. I've had a bit of a busy week this week. I've been doing some DIY to save some money. I've plastered the upstairs bathroom where the old bath used to be. It was boxed in, and I've bought a freestanding bath, so I need to make sure the walls are tidy, and I'm going to start tiling them in a couple of weeks. I've also put some tiles up in the shower downstairs, and I've put wallpaper up yesterday in my dining room, which we use as a living room. It's at the back of the house, so we prefer to sit there because I can see the garden and I can let the dog in and out as well. So yeah, if you're new here, I'm living with my grown-up son. We moved here in 2020. I had another son who moved with us. He moved to Scotland 2 years ago with his girlfriend, and we're hoping to sell this house this year so we can move up to Scotland as well. We downsized in 2020 after living in another house for 17 and a half years, and that way we were able to get rid of the mortgage, and with a bit of equity we bought this house, but it was a fixer-upper. So 5 years later I'm still doing stuff. I've had some workmen in, but I don't really like having workmen in. Plus I need to save money because we're living on a budget of £750 a month. We've really cut back. We're living in extreme frugality, so I can pay for materials to do the DIY, and for my son works, he's an administrator, and he's saving up for a deposit for his own place because he's hoping to get somewhere really cheap in Scotland via auction. So let's crack on. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody because I spoke about my arthritis in my hands. If you can see, I've got knobbly hands. The hospital said, I was there the other day, that I need to get screws put in, and I sort of panicked, but I was a bit overwhelmed. Did a little video. So if you know anyone who's had that done, I'd really like to speak to them. I'd like some info and how they felt after and how they healed. So if you know anybody like that, let them drop me a line in the comments below. So I put a few videos up this week. I had loads of responses to my charity shop one. People seem to agree about with me, resonated with me about how charity shops now are full of tass, full of fast fashion. But even worse, it's really overpriced now, and I think, as other people do, the money is not going to where it's needed. I think the general consensus is they're full of rubbish and it's overpriced, and people are generally buying new now because it's literally cheaper to go to a supermarket or to a shop and buy new stuff, because the charity shops have sort of outpriced themselves. My recommendation is to find a local little independent charity shop because they genuinely need the donations. And if not, if you want to give to charity, I think the best way to do it is to buy a tin or two and give it to the food bank, throw it in the collection basket that they tend to have in supermarkets, because there's so many people struggling, so many people after they've paid all the bills, they've got no money for food. I've got a comment here from Jenny Conroy 1658. She says if they lowered their prices they'd get rid of more stuff. Yeah, I pop into Bernardo's every week because I used to be a volunteer there. I don't do it anymore. Just to have a chat to the few girls that I still know are still there, and there's stuff there every week that's still sitting there because it's just too expensive. People aren't going to buy it. I'm looking for bric-a-bracy type things at the moment for my son. No stuff, household stuff, for his kitchen, for when he moves. and the stuff's filthy, chipped and overpriced. It's just like, why would I buy that? Kids and grandkids, 840 says salaries of CEOs and company cars and expenses. So basically, yeah, it doesn't get to the very people it's supposed to help. She said, bring back old-fashioned jumble sales. Oh, I used to love a jumble sale. My mum and my nan used to go all the time, come home with bags of stuff or a trolley full. You have a good rummage and find bargains, and you come home with a bag full for £1. It's just like, I definitely agree with you there, hon. Jumble sales, they need to make a comeback. Marcia Tom says she was shocked at what some CEOs' salaries are, and she said she used to be a volunteer and some of the stuff was like shoddy and dirty and maggots in it and soiled baby clothes, so they just went straight in the skip. Yeah, when I was a volunteer we had some horrendous things given in. The one that really stuck in my mind was this fella came in with box after box after box of bath mats, and they were all stinky and covered in pee. I don't know why he thought we could sell them. Yeah, I stopped being a volunteer, to be honest, because there was a lady there who actually worked there, with a salaried worker there. Me and this little old lady always used to go on a Friday. I used to go on Friday, basically, because I used to like chatting to this little old lady, and we used to have like a lovely gap for a good couple of hours, and that was my main motivation for going that day. And there was a lovely special needs girl who always used to turn up on Friday with her carer, and she was just lovely. I used to like to talk to her as well. But going back to the lady who worked there, she just used to stand there doing nothing, having a cup of coffee, and one time she was just laughing and she said, oh, it's great that we've got volunteers not to do as much because yous are doing it. And she said it as a joke, but as they say, many a true word said in jest. So I stopped going because I thought you are literally taking the pay out of people. So I used to pop in on a Friday to see the people I wanted to see. And, oh, you come back, oh, I can't, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I said, because I just thought, no. To say it to you, to think it's one thing, but to say it to your face. The little old lady stopped going after a bit because she was just like, oh, I think you're right. Because she said that this particular person kept saying it. It was like rubbing salt in the wounds. But anyway, enough of me moaning. Sue, I50, Hiya Sue, she always says lovely comments. Small independent charity shops tend to have better stuff, nicer staff and better prices. There you go, that says it all. Peyton by Craig says, in it for profit for the boss while not paying the taxes and literally using volunteers. Yeah, I think that says it all, doesn't it? This week, to get back to tips and tricks, we've lived out the freezer to save some money, because usually when I cook a meal, like the other week I made curry and rice, and I buy little plastic tubs with lids from Home Bargains. I think they're about $1.25 for 6, or takeaway tubs are good for that, or ice cream tubs. And I put rice at the bottom and a bit of curry in the tub and threw it in the freezer. So every time I make something like stew or soup or something like that, I try to put an extra portion in the freezer, so that when we have a freezer week, which has become a recent thing, we have stuff out the freezer for the week to save money, because I needed to buy a couple more pots of tile adhesive and a big pot of rice emulsion to start painting once I've finished with all the tiling. Never ending. So yeah, that's how we saved money this week. And it also saves energy, because you tip it out the plastic tub into, usually we have these big pasta bowls we tip it into, and then microwave it, so the oven's not on. So that's how we've saved money this week. Oh yeah, I did a video on 10 things we don't buy anymore. People have made lots of comments, but the main thing was that they agreed with me about Amazon. I think it's interesting in America and across Europe now, lots of people are boycotting Amazon. Tesla, because of Elon Musk losing the plot. People aren't going to Target. Target plummets. Sales have plummeted and the stocks are all gone down, especially in Tesla. You reap what you sow. You're horrible to your market, because MAGA people don't buy electric cars, do they? Because they don't believe in climate change. So he's literally shot himself in the foot there, metaphorically. Yeah, so I did another video about Klarna, those types of credit financial services like PayPal credit, Afterpay, Zilch, Affirm, all those sorts of ones. I've got mixed emotions about that. My son, my oldest son who doesn't live with me, he bought a bed on Pay in 4. So that was a way of him, because it was £1,000 bed, so it took him 4 months to pay for it. I think he's got 1 or 2 payments left. So that way, I think if you're buying a big item, it can be good. I think the problem is if you can get sucked into buying, just one little thing here and one little thing there, and before you know it, you owe them hundreds. And then it's easy to slip into late fees, then the interest, and then it snowballs, and before you know it, you owe an absolute fortune. So I think, and now they've even brought out cards. Klarna's brought out a card. It's just everywhere to get you to spend money that you haven't got. Yeah. I'll say it before. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you've got a low or no credit score, join your credit union, because you just have to save up with them a bit, and they give you low interest loans. And the longer you're with them, the lower the interest is. If you're looking for any financial information, because I'm not a financial advisor, I recommend Martin Lewis's Money Saving Expert website. And I think another site that's really good is the Age UK one. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for pensioners, the Age UK one. There's stuff there on other things like housing benefit and council tax reductions and stuff like that, energy stuff. So it's great for everybody, not just for pensioners. Age UK. Also, yeah, I was talking about people being broke and they're going to places like cash converters, Provident doorstep loans, payday loans, credit cards with extortionate rates of interest because you've got a rubbish credit score. Again, I keep saying go to the credit union, but I particularly like the Channel 4 documentary. It's on YouTube. It's called Britain's High Cost Debt Crisis, because basically banks don't give people with low or no credit score loans, and I think like they did with people who build like housing estates, where they have to have a percentage of affordable housing and a percentage of social housing. I think as payback for 2008, when the banks were reckless and all the governments bailed the banks out and looked after their rich banker mates, it's a way of paying back society for all those bailouts. They should be forced to give affordable loans, a decent rate of interest, and for people who have no score or very low score, they should do social loans. So people, if they're in need, they can turn to the banks. The banks should be forced to participate in society more, rather than just being greedy grabbers that they are, while they're swilling champagne where ordinary people can't even afford to put the heating on. So I think the government, that's why I said they were asleep at the wheel. They're supposed to be a socialist government because they're called Labour. They need to be saying to banks, now it's time to pay back for your bailout in 2008-9. You need to be paying back society. I'll never forget the videos of that on the news, and some of them were on the balconies swilling champagne, looking down at the ordinary people. Probably thought, oh, look at the dickhead plebs down there. Well, they got bailed out for their recklessness. We need tighter regulation. Banks need more regulation, not less, more. But the Tories always give them less regulation, because half of them went to posh private school with them, didn't they? And university with them. So they're just looking after the friends and family as usual. Yeah, so I think that video sort of encapsulates it all. He's speaking to ordinary people, and he comes from Port Talbot in the south of Wales. And he wanted to help people in debt down there. So he got a friend to help him come up with like one of those companies who buy debts that aren't being paid. He paid £100,000 off people's debts, which was worth just under £1 million. So he didn't know who these people were. It was all anonymous, and he helped wipe that debt out. So it was a drop in the ocean, really, because billions and billions and billions are owed every year. People are being swamped in debt at the moment because things are tough, and he wanted to contribute, and he was also saying about the banks. So I just wanted to thank all my lovely positive comment people. I just overwhelmed. People have been so lovely. Pam Gardner 2912, Chrysalis 4126, Job 1756, Rainbow Tree 3, Simplex, Serenity 8876, Miss Nama 1010, Shannon Green GC 3YM, Nige Webb, also known as Taffy Nige. Hi Taffy. Kerry James, hello honey, 6312, Linda B 3249, Jan Johnson 5209. Jan, you've had some cracker comments this week, thank you so much. Lovely Sue, my little hon Sue, RI50B, thanks for all your comments, always says something great and constructive. Lynn Norman 2144, thank you Lynn, you're just brilliant. And kids and grandkids A40, sensible lady with sensible tips, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So I just wanted to mention everybody. But what really surprised me more than anything else, I was mentioned by another channel, because I've got a teeny tiny channel, and a big thank you to a lady whose channel's called Sensibly Frugal Living. She gave me a mention along with other frugal channels, and I thanked her, sent her a comment. It's just so, the people are so lovely, especially after last week getting some horrible comments from a couple of people over state pension, and I wasn't even having a go at pensioners, so I was just doing a comparison, because me and my son live on £750 a month, and I was saying pensioners, a single pensioner lives on a lot more than that, and there's two of us. That's all I was saying, but they took great offence at that. Maybe they don't want people to know how much they've got, but it's on Google, you just look it up. Anyway, by the by, and what even surprised me even more, Sandra Priest 123 bought me 5 coffees on that Buy Me a Coffee site. It's the kindness and generosity of people. Like when I was telling people about my arthritis in my hands, people have been so I'm getting upset now. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and watch out for my Cheapy Tuesday video where I talk about how I saved money that week, and if I've picked up any bargains here, there and everywhere. Bye for now, and I hope to see you soon.